Good afternoon, and was an unseasonably warm, bright and sunny day. It is Thursday the 15th of February and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And, of course, a parcel to unbox. So this has come courtesy of my friend Neve, who has kindly lent it to me to unbox. There we go. Easier, and there we go. What I've got inside is that. Let's find out what it is. Slide that out. And it is RuneQuest Roleplaying Glorantha, the RPG Workshop Adventure Collection. So, in 2022, 7 authors, Reece, Dyer, Sacha, Gauthier, Braeden, Harpool, Sven, Lugar, Rob Marcus, Robert Stoll and Straus took part in the Storytelling Collective's Write Your Own First Adventure course. They followed the pathway to create scenarios for Chaoisum RuneQuest role-playing game, publishing them via the Jonstown Compendium community content program. Here are their adventures: The White Upon the Hills, Dyed in the Wool, A Lamp for Esrola, The Indagos Ball, Lottery, and an Orlanthi Wedding. So, on the back, so here you've got the logos for the Storytelling Collective and the RPG Writers Workshop, and you've got listed the adventures, a bit of explanation. I do like that. It's a nice cover, nice plain, simple cover. You symbol for the Jonstown Compendium community content program on there. So yeah, nice plain simple cover, details on the back, really easy, and I also like the fact that it's got a good blurb to open up. Okay. And a couple of rights, credits and acknowledgements. Essentially this is done for each of the different scenarios, and then we do have a little bit of a sad news with this release, because one of the authors, the author of, let's have a look, Dyed in the Wool, Braeden Harpool, sadly passed away in between his scenario being published originally on the Jonstown Compendium and then the publication of this book. So this really is essentially in his memory, as much as you know, that as supporting the other authors. Now, all of these scenarios, the White Upon the Hill, Dyed in the Wool, and so on, I've all reviewed these as single issues, single stories, PDF releases upon the Jonstown Compendium, and I can tell you that these are all good scenarios, really good, solid scenarios set in and around Sacha, and you know, you can take these, drop these into a campaign with very little effort upon the part of the game master. So we start off with the White Upon the Hills. With it, timeline, nice pieces of artwork, area map. I think this is absolutely worth having in your RuneQuest bank of scenarios, as it were, especially if you are running a campaign in and around Sacha. And then some nice illustrations in here, and you know, this is a nice short scenario. You know, it runs, the White Upon the Hills is 25 pages, 24 pages long, if that, and you know, sort of like the appendices has got all the stats in there, so they're going to take up quite a bit of space in the book. But again, basically, I think the other nice thing is, look at that, it's a really gorgeous piece of artwork, that the what you've got is room for this content to breathe. It's not too busy, it's not too fussy. So that's the White Upon the Hills. That one, let's have a look. Essentially, it's about a white blight which has plagued hunting grounds on the Stoll's hills, and the player characters sort of basically encounter the outfall of a monstrous attack and the origin of the spreading curse, and essentially they're going to track down the monsters itself who's spreading the curse. Then we have So basically, there's the appendix for you've got the NPCs, then you've got the ridiculous objects you need, handouts, and then we get into Dyed in the Wool. Essentially, it's about sheep herding, and essentially there's been a raid upon the villagers, and they're blaming a local a passing troll merchant and so on, and the player characters have to sort it out. There we go. Again, nice piece of illustration. There's even a chance to play Troll Ball, classic kind of troll encounter, troll game. You know, getting involved in what they're doing, and here you've got a sort of like nice cartoon image of the game in play with the trolls. So that's quite short. I mean, that's barely. Again, that's what 15 pages long. A lamp for Esrola. Esrola basically shifts it essentially to Nokshet, and I said if you've got the Nokshet sourcebook, that this will add to it. This is essentially about Lord Temple of Esrola being destroyed during the siege of Nokshet, construction of a new temple near completion, and basically it's to do with the fundraising and the problems that arise due to that. There's a little less illustration in here, and this was a much shorter kind of encounter. You can probably play through this in an evening or so, an evening session. You've got the stats, and you've got the Cult of Fufflins, the Jolly Fat Man, new edition. Of course, that falls under Your Glorantha May Vary, and here's essentially the journey the characters will have to take up onto the Shadow Plateau and the local area where they will have to explore. I'll just turn that back over. So yeah, journey into the Troll Realms of the Shadowlands, and then we've got a Praxian adventure, the Indagos Ball. Basically just trying to locate, basically control of basically, if I remember, sort of like scenario control and over possession of a prized ball. For the last 12 years, Farmer Giles bulls have won the main Earth Season Fair contest and so on, jealousy and competition causes issues. That's not printed very well there, but issues abound. Here we've got the Dramatis Personae, including Farmer Giles. And his other competitors, the locations, and then we've got the illustrations of the bulls there. Treachy Rock Farm, nice illustration, nice clear kind of a stockade. And then we've got Orlanthi one as well, with emulating the air rune in construction, and we're also finding the bull, which of course got lost because or stolen or something like that. Complications and conclusions, and the outcomes of what might happen. And the map region, and then we've got the lottery, a RuneQuest adventure. Basically, this is sort of like being caught up in a lottery for basically a sacrifice, and what the player characters do with it as they're passing through and caught up in themselves. So that sets up a nice dilemma. Simple conclusion there. Basically, a little less detailed than perhaps the one with the balls. But that's quite detailed. And this one actually does come with pre-generated player characters. But of course, players can easily create their own, or just play the ones they've already got. And here are the non-player characters. Quite a lot, quite a big cast with this one. Yeah, you really have. Player handouts and maps, and then yeah, more maps. Author's notes, acknowledgements, and then we get on to an Orlanthi wedding, and it's basically a small RuneQuest adventure with 5 acts. It's nice and short. Again, something you could probably play in a session or two. So yeah, essentially, this is a scenario about arranging a wedding and getting involved in its events, and rivalries and jealousies abound, of course. This is a nice and simple one that you can run with fairly easily. Again, probably one session, 2 sessions at the very most. So you've got the stats there at the end, basically each section, and then the final act, of course, is the wedding. Then you've got the nice advert for Jonstown Compendium, and the RPG workshop, and the storytelling collective at the end. There, nice little blurbs for all 3. So yeah, that is RuneQuest Roleplaying Glorantha RPG Writer Workshop Adventure Collection from 2022. Now I hope they do. This is going to happen again. This is a nice little collection of scenarios, showcasing sort of like first-time authors, and they're bringing their imagination on into the program and showing what can be done with the setting by a new writer. I think it's a really terrific little book. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. If you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post that. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with package containing a book or game, or in this case an anthology of scenarios, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. In the meantime, thanks again to Neve for lending this to me to unbox, and thanks again for watching. I will be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.